Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the month of July. And let me just say, this is a month of monumental changes. I've been talking about this month for so long, and if you recall, I've been saying that look out, June and July, we can expect some huge, transformative changes that I believe will change the world forever. So this is pretty heavy. This is the month of disruption, violence, but most of all, it's going to create a huge transformation. So one of the most important aspects, and for all of you that watched my predictions for 2025 when I did them back in December, I had an all-day workshop and I warned everyone June and July are the months that we're going to have some catastrophic events. And there are quite a number of astrological reasons which I will inform you of. And most of all, giving you the dates and the timing so that we can prepare. I was looking at June. June is like the trigger of all these events. But you know, with so much anger, so much violence, so much going on that's leading us to war and warlike behavior, that the earth is shaking. You can expect not one, but many events going on globally because of all the emotions and violence that is actually occurring due to the planetary energy. These planets have an effect on us. So the most important thing that's come together June, July, and actually will remain together for about the next, all the way through February of 2026. But they have come together and they're almost exact. And that is the Neptune-Saturn conjunction. They are at 7 degrees together. And this point is very, very dangerous. Why? Because at 6 degrees is the fixed star Sheet, and that is spelled S-C-H-E-A-T. And let me just say, it is one of the most difficult stars. It deals with sorrow, sadness, and I have to say also that where the Saturn-Neptune are, they are in the nakshatra of Uttara Bhadrapada. And for those of you that might be listening for the first time, I'm a Vedic sidereal astrologer. We use the nakshatras. They are 27 nakshatras, and their meanings come from the star groupings in that portion of the zodiac. Very important. Uttara Bhadrapada is right there at 7 degrees of Pisces. And the star Sheet is in that nakshatra that deals with, actually it deals with shipwreck, it deals with sorrow, sadness, and the nakshatra Uttara Bhadrapada's symbol is the end of a funeral cot. So essentially what this is meaning is that there is going to be great calamity on the oceans, on the ocean floors, and anything to do with water and ships, shipwreck. I said before that Saturn and Neptune both rule. Saturn rules what's under the earth, therefore crude oil, and Neptune rules gases and oil as well. So you can expect, which has already been happening. I said that for June because this Neptune-Saturn conjunction came together in June. They're exactly together in July. And on top of this, the month of July is where both Saturn and Neptune turn retrograde. This is enormous. When a planet turns retrograde, it stands still, therefore making its impact more important and more pronounced. And Neptune will turn retrograde around July 4th through the 5th. Neptune rules the ocean floors. And Neptune also rules earthquakes and tsunamis with the ocean. So essentially what a tsunami and an earthquake on the ocean floor is happening. It's a volcano that explodes on the ocean floor and everything shakes. And this is some serious tsunamis and upsets with the oceans. Therefore, I'm saying July 4th through the 5th, look out. There can be some catastrophic events. And actually, no, I shouldn't just say those dates. It's really the whole month that Neptune is standing still. Then the same month, we have Saturn turning retrograde July 13th. So this conjunction is monumental in terms of its effects with earthquakes, shipwrecks, and explosions with oil and gas. So this can be tankers, and I have seen so many reports of tankers that have collided and crashed in the ocean, blocking the wayabouts for the ships. This happened in June, and this is still in effect. And even so many events will be happening concerning pipelines or even cutting off fuel connections for many people or countries. A lot more is going to be happening this month. So this Neptune-Saturn represent earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions. Where do I foresee this happening? I said the Ring of Fire. The Ring of Fire is that portion of the oceans and the earth where it covers all of that area of Japan, Taiwan, China, Philippines, down through around Chile and up the coast of South America. And it can even affect California and the Alaskan area. But most of all, Japan is known for so many earthquakes. So if you live in these regions, take care. Yes, don't be hanging out by the ocean. Go inland, especially around these dates I'm giving you. So this conjunction, and especially in the nakshatra Uttara Bhadrapada, that deals with many deaths. I hate to say it, but we are in extraordinary times right now. Please be cautious. I will give you some tools to work with by the end of this video for protection, because we're all going to need it. Now, another big event, I mean, it's really the whole month of July, but around July 20th, we're going to have Mars come together with Ketu. Ketu is the south node of the moon. When they come together, it is an indicator of war, violence, anger, attacks, most of all terrorism. This is what this is about. And it's actually when they get within a degree orb. So I want to say most of July where we are under these critical times of war, terrorism, and attacks. This is monumental. I'm going to give you other dates though to watch out for, especially around the new moon, the full moon, and these times that planets station. So before I continue on, I want you to know you can have all of what I'm talking about and the dates and everything outlined in a written format if you go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and sign up for my free newsletter. I want you to have these important dates so you can remember and not have to go back to a video. Sign up for my free newsletter on galacticcenter.org. While you're there, I have so many new offerings. I also have a new website you might want to glance at. But you can sign up for my Patreon page and my Patreon group. It's a subscription. You will talk with me every week. I give all of this analysis personally to you if you become part of my Patreon. So check that out. The other things that I have to mention is if you want all of this information downloaded into your computer, in your calendar, so that you know when and what to expect for you personally, you're going to want my Galactic Planner. It takes your personal chart, gives you all your predictions daily, and it goes into your calendar so you are prepared. That is galacticplanner.com. And last but not least, I have to tell you, if you want to learn astrology, if astrology is your passion, I have the most powerful and wonderful school, all online. Check it out. We have a new start date for semester 1. You can become an astrologer. You can learn everything that I'm talking about. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com, and semester 1 begins August 6th. So get ready. This is the best online school out there for astrologers. All right, so that's universityofAstrology.com. Let me continue on. I just wanted you to know you can have all these dates delivered to your email address free if you sign up for my free newsletter. All right, and next but not least, you know what I've been talking about for so long is the Kalisarpa yoga. What is that? That's when all the planets are on one side of Rahu, the north node of the moon, and Ketu, the south node of the moon. When all those planets visible to the naked eye sit on one side, this represents a time of karmic retribution. This is a time when events will happen that are of a karmic nature that must happen. The ball's been rolling, and as you know, what's about to happen and come about needs to happen. It's like something's been festering and growing for so long, and now we have the point where it comes to the explosion, sort of like the purging. And when this happens, guess what? Things are going to get better after the big explosive event. It is what needs to happen to purge and heal. We are moving towards a healing, but we still have to go through what is going to happen this month of July. So the Kalisarpa yoga is in effect till July 28th. We are going to see the purging, the explosive events that need to happen to finally clear the air and bring clarity as to all the deception, the delusions, the craziness that's been going on with this Neptune-Saturn conjunction. Remember, Neptune is illusions, things we can't see, while Saturn is reality, and it's breaking through all of the deceptive nonsense going on for a new clearing of the truth. That's what's about to happen. And yes, it's not going to be pretty or fun, but it needs to happen. The Kalisarpa yoga, the karmic effects are happening now. Now, another thing that I want you to know about is the full moon. Yes, the full moon happens on July 10th. And when this happens, it's actually going to be in the nakshatra. It's going to be in Sagittarius, sidereal Sagittarius, but it's going to be in the nakshatra Purva Ashada. And believe it or not, that nakshatra means declarations of war. So this is the month, yes, declarations of war are coming about. And yes, I do see the effects of Iran, Israel, and America. Is all happening now. So the clearing must occur. And another thing, Sagittarius is about bringing truth. Sagittarius is about bringing justice. And that's another thing. In all areas of life, not just what's going on in the Middle East or in these wars, all around justice is coming to the forefront. So much is about to unveil. And see, my dog agrees with me. Now, July 18th, Mercury is going to turn retrograde. You know what I say about Mercury retrograde? That Mercury retrograde is always about confusion. Okay, so with this, Mercury will turn retrograde at 21 degrees of Cancer. Cancer is the sign of protection. And this simply means during this Mercury retrograde, we're going to feel the need for protection. We're going to need it. So with declarations of war, we need protection. My God, what is this month going to bring? You're going to know. And it's everything I'm talking about. Now with Mercury retrograde and all the explosive events that are going to be happening, be prepared that we might have to go without internet. We might have to go without electricity. Things around the world are going to be happening on this level. So electricity, events, you will see. It's about to happen. And therefore, I say, try not to travel so much this month. Why? Because if we don't have internet, the airlines, the airplanes will be grounded. There's going to be confusion with travel. There's going to be confusion with everything to do with communications. That's Mercury. So on top of it, Mercury retrograde adds more to the confusion and the problems. So I'm seeing internet outages. Yes, internet outages. This is going to be major problems that deal with travel. Now, as I said, July 20th is the dead-on date that Ketu comes together with Mars. And I want you to know that on September 11th, we had Mars conjunct Ketu. This aspect is very dangerous. So this is a time of great caution. I say don't be hanging around a lot of very crowded places. This is important for you to know. Because with this, it's not a time to travel, and it's not a time for anything that deals with being in crowded places and being around violence. That's what this Ketu Mars coming together. It's actually, as I said before, rules terrorism, as it did when Mars came together with Ketu on 9/11/2001. So as all of this occurs, generally we have a downturn in the economy. This is something to look at, and usually the stock market will plummet, usually. So if this is the case, I say it's time to invest, because this clearing is going to bring a healing, and everything will come back. And pretty soon, I might add. So the big explosive event will occur, and immediately this will put a stop to so many things that have been building and brewing over a long period of time. There will be a great revival afterwards. I mean this. I see this. So July 24th, the new moon will be at 7 degrees of Cancer. And with this, it is opposed Pluto. And Pluto is nuclear atomic energy. So we have a major threat this entire month. Let me say that. We have, as I've been talking about, many yods going on in these charts. A yod is the finger of God. What is a yod? For those of you that understand astrology, Pluto being around 9 degrees, and then Neptune, Saturn at 7 degrees. They're actually in a sextile, 60-degree orb from each other. But over at the new moon, this is where things are going to be very difficult. Where Mars is, where the new moon is, in the sign of Cancer. Because what we're seeing is that, well, actually, with the new moon, it is quincunxing Pluto, or opposing Pluto, excuse me. It's opposing Pluto, but there are these yods going on. And that is where Mars and Ketu are, in Leo, not in Cancer. The new moons in Cancer oppose Pluto, which oppositions connect planets. And at that degree point, actually Saturn and the Neptune are going to be in trinal aspect to this new moon at 7 degrees of Cancer. So consider this. The new moon sits at 7 degrees of Cancer, and the Saturn-Neptune are 7 degrees of Pisces. They're in an exact trine, which connect the Neptune-Saturn to this new moon. And Saturn connected to this means it is serious. There's serious, difficult things going on. Now that Pluto that I've been talking about at 9 degrees opposing this moon could be catastrophic. Pluto is major change and transformation, but all at the same time, the quincunx yod aspects are in effect with where Mars and Ketu are in Leo. So Leo, quincunx Pluto, where it is in Capricorn, and the yod where the Saturn and Neptune form this finger of God. You don't have to know astrology to understand what I'm talking about. The finger of God means that this is something that must happen because the turn of events have been rolling and the momentum has taken off, where an explosive event has to happen to clear the air. And this will happen. So, with an event this devastating, guess what will happen? It will finally bring people together. That is what we need. We need people coming together. They've been separate. They've been alienated. They have been full of hate towards each other. And now we see the need to come together. And for those of you that were around during September 11th, that's exactly what happened, but only for too short of a time. But this will bring us together. It has to happen. So, what am I trying to say about all of this? Well, for one thing, people will be extremely frightened, full of fear. And what I want you to know is you don't have to fear. There has been a darkness that has been trying to take over this world for a very long time. And what's happening in reality is they are losing ground. The darkness, the negativity, it's losing ground. So guess what happens? It pretends it's bigger than it is and digs its heels in deeper. That's why it seems so dark. But it's because the light is really getting stronger. The beautiful light that protects us, that gives us hope, that gives us healing, is stronger and will overtake the darkness. That is what I'm seeing. So what I want you to remember is don't get in fear. And you're saying, how is that possible? It is. Connect with your divine spirit. And definitely, we all will be praying for the world's highest good, development, and healing. And it's going to come. And it's going to come from you as you connect to your inner spirit and pray for the highest good. And this is what will evolve. All of you from the light are necessary and needed, and you will not be in trouble. So you will create a powerful protection by connecting to your divinity within and connecting to your spirit, that you are here to help transform the world and make it a better place. You will, and your family, as you pray and know they're protected, will be protected. And you know the world is going to need you because so many people are confused, they're fearful, and they are in shock. So this is what we all need, our spiritual awareness to connect us and protect us and to help lead the other people to a healing. This is wonderful. So I want you to know, as the darkness is being eliminated, there is a powerful force that will overtake and heal our world. And this is going to be the times of a transformation within our humanity. This has all been building, all growing. And yes, this is the purging, and the healing that comes out of this will be monumental. And let me leave you with this. Times will be better because of this. Believe it or not, there's going to be a sense of hope and peace and light. I'm thinking even by the end of this year. August, there will be a relief even in August. And I see peace treaties. Remember when I did all my work about Venus 9 months ago being retrograde? And what evolves out of that 9 months later are peace treaties. It's now. The explosive event is going to bring peace. And with that, the economy will all of a sudden take off. People will come together. There will be a sense of peace and relief around the world. I am looking at 2026 as a wonderful year because of what is happening now. And I've said that over and over and over again. So rest in peace and know that the world is shaking. It's shaking from the anger, the violence, the turmoil, the disconnect. People are disconnected, but this event turns it all around. This is a monumental, transformative time that will change the course of history and our lives and humanity. So with that, I think I'll close. If you would like more information on me, always remember you can go to my website, galacticcenter.org. And remember, if you want your own chart deciphered with all of your own predictions daily, go to the Galactic Planner, to galacticplanner.com. And by the way, on Instagram, the Galactic Planner has its own Instagram account where you can learn more about it. Go to Instagram for Galactic Planner. And last but not least, if this has inspired you to learn Vedic astrology, go to my university website and become my student. universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.